Stop pretending you're untouchable. If criticism still rattles you, if rejection still lingers, if betrayal still replays in your head at night, then you are not strong. You are exposed, and the reason is not what people did to you. It's what they can still reach inside you. Look at your life closely. The comment you couldn't forget. The silence that bothered you more than an insult. The moment someone withdrew approval and your behavior changed instantly. That wasn't pain. That was leverage being pulled. Here is the rule you were never taught. Anything that can emotionally move you can be used to control you. And anything you react to reveals where you can be attacked. You don't suffer because people are cruel. You suffer because your inner structure is readable. 500 years ago, Machiavelli wrote down truths so precise they were condemned publicly and studied privately. Not moral lessons, mechanisms. He understood something most men never realize. You are not hurt by events. You are hurt by exposure. Every flinch teaches people how to test you. Every explanation teaches them how to press you. Every emotional reaction hands them a map. And the most dangerous part? You think you're protecting yourself. But everything you do to avoid pain makes you more predictable, more visible, more controllable. This video is not about becoming cold. It's about becoming unreachable. Because once nothing inside you can be pulled, nothing outside you can harm you. Stay here. What you're about to see is not self-help, not philosophy, not comfort. It's the operating logic of control. And once you see it, you won't be hurt again. You believe the world hurts you. You believe criticism, betrayal, loss, disrespect, rejection are the things breaking you down. You replay conversations. You analyze tone. You wonder why certain people still have access to your emotions while others seem untouched by the same treatment. You tell yourself you are sensitive, or loyal, or principled, or simply unlucky with people. That belief is the trap. Nothing outside you has the power you think it has. What controls you is not the event. It is the exposed structure inside you that reacts to it. Every emotional spike is evidence. Every overreaction is a signal. Every attempt to explain yourself is a confession. People do not hurt you by accident. They discover you. Watch how this actually works in real life. Someone makes a casual comment, not aggressive, not even direct. You feel a shift in your body. Your chest tightens. Your mind starts drafting responses. You replay it hours later. You tell yourself you do not care, yet your behavior changes. You avoid them, or you try harder, or you seek reassurance from someone else. In that moment, something important happened. You revealed where pressure works. Human beings are not observant by choice. They are observant by instinct. They watch reactions, not words. They test boundaries without realizing they are doing it. A joke here, a delay there, a withdrawal of warmth, a mild disrespect framed as honesty. Then they watch. If you flinch, they learn. If you explain, they learn more. If you react emotionally, they learn everything. You think pain is something inflicted on you. In reality, pain is information. It reveals what still owns you. This is why two people can experience the same insult and walk away with completely different outcomes. One shrugs and continues unchanged. The other carries it for weeks. The difference is not toughness, it is exposure. One has an internal structure that absorbs pressure without deformation. The other has unresolved fractures that vibrate on impact. Most men never build an internal structure. They build armor. They become defensive. They become sarcastic. They become emotionally distant in appearance while remaining reactive inside. They say they do not care, but they track everything. They pretend to be unaffected, but they remember every slight. This is not strength. This is suppression. And suppression does not remove vulnerability. It concentrates it. What you suppress does not disappear. It waits. That is why the same themes repeat in your life. The same type of disrespect in different places. The same kind of betrayal wearing different faces. The same emotional wounds reopening with new names attached. You blame circumstances. You blame timing. You blame other people. You never question the pattern. Powerful people do. They understand something most people avoid because it feels uncomfortable. If something keeps hurting you, it is because something in you is still open, and as long as it is open, it will be found. This is not about blaming yourself. Blame is irrelevant. This is about responsibility. Responsibility is the moment you stop asking why people act the way they do, and start asking why it still works on you. Look at the situations that shake you the most. Disrespect from authority. Rejection from someone you wanted validation from. Being ignored. Being replaced. Being misunderstood. These are not random. They map directly to identity attachments you have never examined. If being respected matters too much, disrespect will control you. If being chosen matters too much, rejection will dominate you. If being seen as competent matters too much, criticism will destabilize you. If being loved matters too much, withdrawal will break you. People do not need to attack you openly. They only need to touch the attachment. And here is the uncomfortable truth most people never accept. The world does not exploit your weakness out of cruelty. It exploits it because weakness announces itself through reaction. You teach people how to treat you by what you cannot tolerate. Think about how quickly dynamics shift when someone realizes you are emotionally invested. The tone changes. Requests turn into expectations. Boundaries soften. Respect becomes conditional. Not because they are evil, but because leverage has appeared. Leverage always changes behavior. This is why the idea of becoming untouchable is misunderstood. It is not about avoiding pain. It is not about pretending nothing matters. It is not about emotional numbness. Those are coping mechanisms for people who are already overwhelmed. Real immunity comes from clarity. Clarity about what is happening inside you. When something happens outside you, clarity about the difference between an event and the meaning you assign to it. Clarity about which reactions are automatic and which are chosen. Most men never reach this clarity because it requires abandoning a comforting illusion. The illusion that if they behave correctly, the world will respond correctly. If they are kind enough, loyal enough, patient enough, understanding enough, they will be safe. That illusion keeps you obedient. The world does not reward emotional correctness. It responds to structure. It responds to presence. It responds to people who are internally stable, regardless of stimulus. This is why certain individuals move through conflict untouched, not because nothing happens to them, but because nothing penetrates them. They do not rush to explain. They do not scramble to fix perception. They do not argue for dignity. They do not chase closure. They observe. Observation is the first shift. The moment you stop reacting and start watching yourself react, control begins to move inward. You start noticing patterns you never questioned before. The urge to defend, the need to be understood, the reflex to justify, the compulsion to prove your value. Those impulses feel personal. They are not. They are conditioned responses built to protect an identity that feels fragile, and fragility is expensive. Every fragile identity requires constant maintenance, approval, validation, agreement, reassurance. The world becomes a minefield because anything can threaten the image you are trying to uphold. You live alert, tense, reactive. This is why people hurt you, not because they intend to, but because you are constantly exposed. The solution is not to harden. Hardness cracks under pressure. The solution is to integrate, to bring into awareness the parts of you that still need something from the world to feel whole. The moment you stop needing others to behave a certain way for you to feel stable, their behavior loses power. The moment you stop requiring validation to confirm your worth, approval loses leverage. The moment you stop fearing loss as identity death, loss becomes information instead of injury. This is not something you achieve by repeating affirmations or adopting a persona. Personas collapse under stress. This is achieved by understanding yourself at a level most people never reach. You are not hurt by what happens, you are hurt by what it activates. And once you begin to see that clearly, the entire battlefield shifts. You are still trying to manage the world instead of mastering yourself. That is the mistake Machiavelli warned against. He did not believe human pain came from events. He believed it came from miscalculation, from exposing what should have remained concealed, from revealing internal weakness and then acting surprised when it was used. Machiavelli understood a brutal rule of human interaction. People do not attack strength. They test for weakness first. And weakness is never hidden in words. It is revealed through reaction. He wrote, "Men judge more by the eye than by the hand," meaning people do not feel your intentions. They watch your behavior. They read your posture. They observe how you respond under pressure. Every time you react emotionally, you show your hand. Every time you rush to clarify, you lower your position. Every time you try to correct how you are perceived, you confirm vulnerability. This is not cruelty. This is mechanics. Look at how power actually moves. In any room, in any hierarchy, there are those who absorb pressure and those who release it. The ones who absorb pressure become reference points. The ones who release it become unstable. When someone insults you casually and you rush to defend yourself, you have already lost something. Not dignity, control. Because now your emotional state depends on their behavior. Machiavelli never taught men to avoid harm. He taught them to become unreadable. He knew that the most dangerous position is not dominance through force, but dominance through ambiguity. When people cannot tell what affects you, they hesitate. When they cannot predict your response, they adjust. This is why silence terrifies weak men. Silence offers no feedback, no reassurance, no emotional access. Most people crave emotional access because it allows influence. If they can see inside you, they can move you. If they can trigger you, they can steer you. This is why Machiavelli insisted on restraint over reaction. He wrote, "The wise man does at once what the fool does finally. The fool reacts, the wise man observes. Reaction feels honest. Observation feels cold. But honesty without strategy is exposure." Watch how people behave when they sense emotional access. A colleague notices you dislike being questioned publicly. Suddenly, questions become public. A partner realizes silence unsettles you. Silence becomes frequent. A friend learns criticism makes you over-explain. Criticism becomes casual. They may not even be conscious of it. That does not matter. The effect is the same. You become manageable. Power is